Treasure. That's not a word we use too often anymore. But common or not, it's a word we all know. Finding a treasure. Now that's exciting. Today, we're going to go on a treasure hunt and find it. Hey, welcome to Mornings with Bishop Robert. Thanks for joining me. I want you to know you're always welcome here. My goal is to introduce people to the Jesus they never knew and then help them get to know him and his word personally and better. So if our time together today speaks to your heart, let me invite you to like, subscribe, and also share with a friend. Treasure. You probably have a wallet or a purse, but not a treasure chest. When you think of any cash you have on hand, you probably think, dollars, euros, pounds, francs, some similar term. But you probably don't have enough to call it treasure. I sure don't. In fact, there are probably few things that you could describe with that word. But today's verse says, where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Well, today's devotional's not an appeal for funds. Really, if you love what we're doing, you're already likely a supporter of this ministry. If you're not, it's unlikely that listening to an appeal on a video is going to change your mind. But I digress. Today, I want to discuss the connections between your treasure and your heart. Because when one begins to think about that word, treasure, the images that come to mind, well, at least the images that come to my mind, they're all tied to stories of kings and pirates or movies of amazing discoveries, King David had a hoard of treasure. Gold and silver and precious stones and exotic wood piled up in special places in his fortress. Blackbeard the pirate, he had treasure too. Not sure where he hid it. Actually, I don't think anybody knows. Anyway, those are the kinds of things one thinks about when they think about treasure. But as I've said in the past, the best things in life aren't things. And that's really where I want to focus us today. Consider your relationship with your family or your closest and dearest friends. Are these relationships with people something you treasure? We talk about investing in building or repairing relationships because we hope to increase their value and worth. In the best case scenario, these relationships are a treasure, something of great and enduring value. When these relationships are strong and positive, we naturally invest time and effort and even money into them. And we do it with great joy. Those investments give dividends of love, companionship, understanding, things to be treasured indeed. In the situations where family relationships are not good, well, investments of additional time for communication, effort to consider and pray about how to maximize opportunities for healing and restoration, and even money for travel to rebuild these relationships. Those things are often required. Of course, making these investments doesn't guarantee a restoration of a damaged relationship, but, well, without these investments, the relationship is going to wither and eventually die. Our verse says, where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. But actually, the reverse is also true. Investing your heart is a necessary element of building a relationship that you can treasure. In this context, it's clear to see that the answer is not just money. Real relationships aren't built by saying to someone, hey, here's $100. Let's be friends. What needs to be invested are the other things you value highly, things that you treasure. Here's the key to unlock this treasure. You can choose to increase the value of a relationship by choosing to invest your time, your skills, and your money into whatever will build that relationship. Hey, if your relationship with God is not all that you'd hope or expect it to be, you've got the capacity to change it. You do that with an investment of time. Reading His Word, letting Him speak to you from the riches of the Scriptures. That's an excellent time investment. The more you do it, the deeper your love and appreciation for His Word will become. Investing time here, that's also going to increase your appreciation for its value. And you'll see the value of the Scriptures in your life. You can also increase the value of your relationship with God, at least from the perspective of your appreciation of it, by doing things He calls you to do in His Word. Worship will change your heart in amazing ways. Acts of service that demonstrate the love of Christ to those who don't yet have a relationship with Him, that'll touch 3 hearts. First, God will be blessed. Second, the person who you're showing His love, they'll be impacted. And third, you'll be touched. 1 action, 3 hearts. Hey, that's a great return on investment. That's 300%. Now, will all this lead to using some money to increase the value of your relationship with Christ? Sure, of course it will. You'll find yourself buying some food to give a homeless person you meet, or purchasing yarn to knit blankets for the local crisis pregnancy center, or, well, any of 100 other things that your heart will lead you to do. But the money's not the point. The money's not going to impact the value of the relationship if your heart's not involved. You can't just go to Jesus and say, hey, Jesus, here's $100. Let's be friends. Even if you do it every Sunday morning at church. I'm going to wrap this up by making one final observation. It's been my experience that making a deliberate investment in my relationship with God every day is the single thing that's had the greatest impact on the value of everything else in life. If you take an inventory of your life and you see that you're lacking treasure, the place to begin is your relationship with God. Be deliberate about investing your time, your gifts and talents you possess, being willing to add some dollars, shekels, rubles, or whatever, wherever your heart leads you. Those are investments that'll bring a great return of treasure, a maximized relationship with God, a powerful witness of His work in your life, being able to touch the people who are closest to you and add value to them as people, even in times where life deals out difficulty and pain. Being able to find ever-increasing joy, healing, fulfillment in and with the people you love. These are things we can truly treasure. Now that's a prosperity gospel I can embrace. Live hard, love well, invest yourself according to God's word, and reap eternal treasure. Boy, this time just flies by every morning, and I know I've gone a little long today, but before you go, could I ask you to help me introduce people to the Jesus they never knew? Help me help them get to know Him and His Word personally and better. It's a team effort. What you could do is you could like this video, because that's going to help more people see it. You could also click follow or subscribe if you want to get together with me every morning. If you click the link in the description, I'll send you this free book, Count to One. It's called God's Plan for Christian Unity. I'll drop it right in your inbox. But I'll also put you on my email list so you'll get the link to this message every day. So if whatever platform you're looking at deplatforms me, well, you and I can still get together. Hey, one more thing. Would you please take a moment and share this video with a friend? Because as you do that, that makes you part of our team, you know. Helping share the love of Christ all over the world. Thanks. I appreciate your help.